Most gacha game collaborations follow the same formula. A guest character shows up, they get a few references, maybe a special event, then everyone moves on. But when Kuro Games does a collab, they don't just add the character, they make it feel like that character actually belongs in the game. And that's exactly why Kuro Games might be the best when it comes to collaborations. Whether it's Punishing, Grey Raven, or Wuthering Waves, Kuro doesn't treat collab characters as simple marketing tools. Instead, they go all in on animations, voice lines, gameplay design, visual effects, and even lore integration. The result? Collaborations that fans actually love and remember. And if you've played any Kuro game, you probably already know where I'm going with this. Let's start with the biggest example, the Devil May Cry 5 collaboration in Punishing Grey Raven. Most games would have been satisfied with making Dante and Virgil playable. Kuro didn't stop there. They recreated iconic moves from the original games almost one-to-one, while making sure they still fit naturally within PGR's combat system. Both Dante and Virgil can swap weapons and fighting styles, just like they do in Devil May Cry 5. And when it comes to Virgil, Kuro absolutely nailed it. He has most of his iconic moves from DMC5, which means you can recreate stylish combos from the original game, or come up with your own flashy combo routes inside PGR. Dante is a little different. Since he has so many weapons and abilities in Devil May Cry 5, it would have been nearly impossible to fit everything into PGR. But even then, Kuro managed to capture the essence of his gameplay with weapon switching and his fast-paced combat flow. The animations, visual effects, and overall combat feel incredibly faithful to the source material. These aren't characters that merely look like Dante and Virgil. They actually play like Dante and Virgil. And that's a huge difference. Because here's the thing, a lot of developers can copy a character's appearance. Much fewer can recreate the feeling of playing them. And Kuro isn't stopping there. Right now, Wuthering Waves is now doing a collab for Cyberpunk Edgerunners. I don't personally play Wuthering Waves, but from everything I've seen online, Kuro seems to be doing exactly what fans hoped for once again. They're not treating it as a simple crossover event. They're treating it as a celebration of the franchise. And if Kuro's previous collaborations are anything to go by, fans have every reason to be excited. Because at this point, they've built a reputation for getting these things right. And let's not forget that this isn't the first time. Kuro has already collaborated with Nier Automata, Black Rock Shooter, and soon Date Alive. That's a pretty impressive lineup. Now, we don't know too much about the Date Alive collaboration yet, but if Kuro's track record is anything to go by, I have a feeling they're going to cook once again with this collab. And despite how different these franchises are from one another, Kuro somehow manages to make each collaboration feel unique instead of following the same formula every time. But what really separates Kuro from other developers is the attention to detail. They understand why people love these characters in the first place. It's not just the appearance, it's the personality, the animations, the voice acting, the references, the feeling. When players use Virgil in PGR, they aren't thinking, oh cool, that's a collab character. They're thinking, I'm literally playing Virgil. And honestly, that's probably the highest compliment a collaboration can receive. A lot of collaborations feel like advertisements. Kuro's collaborations feel like love letters. You can tell the developers genuinely respect the franchises they're working with. Instead of forcing characters into their games, they adapt the game around the characters. That's why fans of both franchises usually walk away happy. The original fans get authenticity. The game's fans get a fun new experience. Everybody wins. And in today's gaming industry, that's surprisingly rare. Collaborations happen all the time. But memorable collaborations, those are much harder to find. Anyone can buy a license. Not everyone can capture what makes a character special. Kuro Games consistently shows that they understand the difference. And that's why their collaborations keep generating hype long after the initial announcement. So when people ask why Kuro Games is the GOAT at doing collaborations, it's simple. They don't just bring characters into their games. They recreate the experience of playing those characters. And that's why years later, players are still talking about Kuro's collabs. Because the best collaborations aren't the ones that make you say, wow, they added my favorite character. They're the ones that make you say, wow, they actually got them right. Do you think Kuro Games has the best collaborations in gacha gaming? And which collab would you like to see next in Punishing, Grey Raven, or Wuthering Waves? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow.